I loved him for 9 years and gave him a son, only to find out I was just a substitute for the one he could never forget. Clutching my divorce papers, I stood in front of my ex-husband's mansion. Today, I was here to drop off the final documents and to pick up our son, Noah. But as soon as I walked through the door, I heard hushed voices coming from the kitchen. I froze in my tracks. A moment later, a small, sad voice drifted out. "Why can't you live with me and Mommy?" It was Noah. My hand flew to my chest, a wave of heartache so sharp it was hard to breathe. Then I heard my ex-husband, Ron, answer in a gentle tone I'd never heard from him before. "Noah, your mother and I aren't together anymore." "But why? Don't you love her?" My son's innocent, direct question was like a dagger to my heart. I held my breath, pressing myself against the wall, waiting for the answer I already knew, but still foolishly hoped would be different. After a suffocating silence, Ron finally sighed. "I love her because she gave me you." A placation, not an answer. I closed my eyes as my heart shattered into a million pieces all over again. Just as I'd always known, he didn't love me. He hadn't said it when we married, not when Noah was born, and not once during the countless nights we'd spent in the same bed. Our marriage was never just about the two of us. It was about her, the woman he'd loved for 9 long years, the one he still couldn't let go of. The tears I'd been holding back finally fell, and I wiped them away angrily. I was so tired of crying over this man who would never love me. Just then, a cold, low voice cut through the silence. "Hasn't anyone ever told you it's rude to eavesdrop?" I straightened my spine and walked into the kitchen, meeting his mocking gray eyes. I offered a faint smile. "Hi, you two." "Hi, Mommy." Noah immediately hopped off the counter and ran to hug my waist. "I missed you so much." "I missed you too, my sweet boy." I kissed his forehead, looking down into those perceptive gray eyes, the exact shade as Ron's. A wave of awkwardness washed over me. This place had once been my home, but now I felt like a trespasser. This house, from its architecture to its color palette, was the dream home he had built for another woman. It should have been my first clue that he never intended to let her go, that my love would always go unanswered. "What are you doing here?" Ron's impatient voice shattered my thoughts. He glanced pointedly at his watch, his tone like ice. "You promised you wouldn't interrupt my time with Noah." "The divorce papers came through," I explained quickly. "I was just dropping off your copy." His expression instantly hardened, his lips tightening into a thin line. This was how he always was, chipping away at my soul piece by piece. I once thought marriage would finally bring me the love I'd longed for. Instead, it had been a living nightmare. I was in a constant battle with the ghost of his past, the girl I could never hope to be. "Noah, go to your room," Ron said to our son through gritted teeth. He spoke as if the very idea of me being a mother was disgusting to him. "No fighting," Noah commanded before turning to leave the room. The second he was gone, Ron slammed his fist onto the kitchen counter. "You could have just sent the papers to my office," he roared, like an enraged beast. "You ruined my life 9 years ago, and now you're doing it all over again with this divorce. Just because I could never love you, you think you can take my son from me? Ava, I want you to know, I truly hate you." Every word was a bullet, piercing straight through my already broken heart. When the man you still love tells you he hates you, what can you possibly say? "Get out of my house," he seethed. Shaking, I placed the divorce decree on the counter. Just then, my phone rang. It was my mom. She never called unless it was urgent. I'd barely answered when her hysterical voice erupted from the phone. "Get to the hospital